In today's video, I'm going to be addressing the 10 things you may have read, seen, or heard about Naperville. I'm going to be covering some stereotypes, a few pros and cons, and giving you my perspective of what it's like to actually live in Naperville from being raised here, going through the school system, and experiencing firsthand the growth of the city. Now, if you don't know already, I'm Austin Weiss. I'm a local real estate agent right here in Naperville, and I have helped dozens of families not only relocate to Chicagoland, but move right here to Naperville. So if that's you, you've got to give me a call. Shoot me a text or send me an email. I'd love to connect with you and help you in any way possible with your real estate plan. Now, without any further delay, let's hop right into number one. Kicking things off with a question that I receive often is, with Naperville being such a great place to live and so many people knowing it's a fantastic area to raise a family, will it become overcrowded or is it currently overcrowded? So I don't think it will ever become too overpopulated. They did a great job of spacing everything out as they were planning out the growth of the city. Different sections of town all have their own shopping, their own schools, amenities, parks, and playgrounds. The only area that ever really gets way too overcrowded, in my opinion, is the downtown area. And that's when there's fantastic weather, everybody wants to be outside, and then they want to go out to eat during that kind of 6 to 8 o'clock time frame in the summertime. Now, Naperville is classified as a city because it has a population of roughly 150,000 people. It's been about that same population for the last decade or so. When my family first moved here in the mid-'80s, we only had about 35,000 people. There was one streetlight and there was way too much farmland, and now that's all been built out. There still is opportunities to buy a new build, especially on the south end of town. There's still new construction of subdivisions going on. And then the city center around the downtown, pretty much within a 1.5 mile radius, they're tearing down a lot of the older homes, those split levels and ranches from the 50s and 60s. They're building up 4,000 and 5,000 square foot modern homes that push well over 7 figures. And then just a lot of growth and modernization throughout town, reconstructing shopping centers. I know the downtown area added the Water Street district in the mid 2010s. A lot of businesses and commerce are moving here because they know it's such a hot spot to live. And just improving existing trails, parks, and recreation, making it a desirable place to explore the outdoors. Going off of everything I just touched on, it brings us to number 2, and that's the size of Naperville. And Naperville is big, and I'm not just talking population, but the land area. It's about 40 square miles, which is the number 2 largest land area in the Chicago suburbs. Aurora being number 1, and that's directly next door. Traffic is a real thing here, so especially during the rush hour times during the week when a lot of people are out the door in the morning, dropping kiddos off at school, commuting to work, and then the weekends when youth athletics dominate and shopping is priority. Now, we do have great amenities here. Something that I hear from a lot of families that have helped move from out of town is that the grocery stores are abundant and there is a variety. It's probably something I took for granted growing up here, but we have the bulk options such as Costco, the boutiques, like Trader Joe's and Casey's, ethnic foods, Patel Brothers and H Mart, and then the Chicago staples like Jewel and Osco. So it's common to shop at multiple different food stores and have a variety of options for that. Despite Naperville being a larger city here in the Chicago suburbs, there's many aspects to the town that give it that small town feel, such as Saturday morning farmers markets at 5th Avenue Station, grab your fresh produce, cheese, and meats. And then the high school districts create their own micro communities within Naperville, and there always seems to be something going on, from the nightlife, the seasonal parades, and the festivals. Moving on to number 3 is the affordability and cost of living in Naperville, and this topic is really dependent on your current lifestyle and where you're moving from, because if you live in another high cost area, then Naperville and the Chicagoland area will be comparable to what you're currently paying. Naperville definitely is higher than the national average, but you're gonna get what you pay for, and that's great schools, awesome amenities, overall safe environment, and the jobs for the most part are gonna be higher paying than what you're gonna get outside of a major metropolitan area. So if you're looking to change up your career or you work from home, I work with a ton of people that's their scenario. So if you wanna know more specifics on what the actual cost of living is, make sure to watch this video right here. Something else that comes up in conversation when I'm discussing moving here from people from out of Illinois or from out of country is the property taxes here in Naperville are higher than what they're used to paying. And I always counter that question with, how are the public schools in the area you currently are living with those low property taxes? And the answer is almost always, they're terrible. They're well below average. We're not getting what we need, and that's why we're considering moving there. And I always say, consider the property tax as the private school tuition that you would have been paying in the area that have subpar public schools. And not only is your property tax paying for the schools, but the public services, the award-winning library system, the parks, and all the recreation. Now, across the country, real estate has appreciated immensely over the last few years, and Naperville is no different. Over the last 5 years, single-family detached homes have appreciated over 45%. The average sale price for a single-family house is roughly $690,000. Each area of Naperville has a different feel, and where you should consider living will depend on your budget and lifestyle. And I highly encourage you to explore the neighborhoods to determine where you can see yourself living. And make sure to watch my Top Neighborhoods in Naperville series to get a better idea of what these neighborhoods have to offer, including the housing styles, the schools, amenities, shopping, and of course, the price points. Transitioning from affordability are the award-winning school districts, Indian Prairie School District number 204 and Naperville School District number 203. And I'm not gonna lie, these schools are ultra competitive, both academically, athletically, and with all the extracurriculars. The schools are mostly located within the neighborhood, so you can walk the kiddos to elementary school. And then once they become too cool for their parents, they can bike or take the bus. There are 5 high schools with about 3,000 students each. The high school districts kind of make the city feel smaller and create micro communities within the larger Naperville area. There's a lot of rivalries between the different high schools. I remember when I was growing up in Naperville, a lot of my friends went to a rival high school, so I always enjoyed competing against them and a bunch of the different athletics. And all the high schools in Naperville are going to be in the largest class for athletics and extracurriculars, so you're going to be competing against all of the largest high schools in Illinois and the Chicagoland area, which should produce the highest competition. And this is more of a pro/con, but the academics are ultra competitive and the test scores are almost always amongst the top in the state. From one end of the spectrum, this is going to prepare your child for college and the world beyond, but from the other end, it could cause some unneeded stress and competition amongst their peers. Now, Niche.com rated Naperville the #1 city for public schools in America for 2023, and if you want more insight on both school districts, I compared both of them in this video right here, so make sure to watch for more insight. Number 5, things to do in Naperville, and there is a plethora of things to do for all different types of people, age groups, and activities. And I speak with a lot of families who move here from more of a rural area or an area that's maybe not as safe as Naperville, a town that maybe doesn't have the funds to provide activities for its citizens. And that's just not the case here in Naperville. You're gonna find festivals, parades, and charity races throughout the year. The city provides a wide range of services that are beneficial to families. Between the Naperville Park District, the award-winning libraries, the community center, the athletic facilities, arts and cultural events. There are always activities scheduled at the Nature Center, at the libraries, DuPage Children's Museum, and we also have Naper Settlement right downtown Naperville. They have arts, science, and different activities going on for kids all year round. So if you want more insight on specifics of things to do in Naperville, make sure to watch my Naperville Things to Do video right here. Hey, if you're still exploring options on where to move to within Chicagoland, I did an entire Top Chicago Suburbs video series, which I will link down in the description box below. If you want more insight on Naperville, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and if you have any questions about anything I talked about in this video, leave me a comment down below, but let's get back to the video. And what would a Naperville video be if I didn't talk about the iconic downtown area? So number 6, the food and drink. Chicago is consistently ranked amongst the top cities in the world for its delicious restaurants and drinks, and that has trickled out to the burbs. Naperville has become the destination in the Chicago burbs for its great restaurants, nightlife, and cocktail lounges, and people literally come from all over to enjoy its beautiful landscape, artwork, restaurants, and overall fun environment. The areas surrounding downtown are some of the most desirable to live, with quick access to amenities, train station, parks, gardens, and schools. City quality restaurants, but in the burbs, so whether it's date night out or family night out, in Naperville has fun options for everyone to enjoy. You can enjoy upscale dining and quick bites, trendy bars, rooftop options, and plenty of dessert shops to satisfy your sweet tooth. And the award-winning Naperville Riverwalk, it's a great place to be outside and explore the river, the parks, the gardens, and beautiful artwork. Rotary Hill next to Carillon Tower has become iconic in Naperville. I've witnessed some fantastic concerts here throughout the years, and this is the best sledding hill in town. I would know because I used to sled down this hill all the time as a little guy. If you want additional insight on the Riverwalk and living in downtown Naperville, I'll link my videos down in the description box below. Number 6 and number 7, the parks and the recreation. Now, this could be considered a con amongst quite a few people because Chicagoland has no ocean, no mountains, and overall it's pretty flat. However, I've worked with several families who have moved here from a mountainous area, and they appreciate the fact that Naperville is flat because they're able to walk, jog, and do activities without completely being out of breath. Naperville is known for its beautiful green spaces, providing an abundance of outdoor activities, family fun, and recreational sports with access to gorgeous parks, athletic complexes, winding trails, lakes, and rivers, making it a great place to explore nature and the outdoors. The Naperville Park District oversees more than 100 miles of trails and 140 parks and facilities with numerous fitness and music programs, adult and youth athletics, community theater, camps, and much more. Summertime opens the neighborhood pools, including Centennial Beach, located in downtown Naperville. Swim team and water polo are very popular here. Practice your swing at either Park District run golf course and work up a sweat with some outdoor activities. There's new pickleball courts that have been installed throughout town, while winter provides opportunities to play ice hockey and ice skate on the city-provided ice rinks, sled on one of the many hills throughout town with plenty of indoor facilities to keep you active during the colder months. So that being said, number 9, and this is more of a false stereotype con that I think stems from a lot of people that have never been to Naperville, don't know the area very well, or just read some negative review online saying that Naperville is just full of a bunch of entitled rich people, and that's just 100% false. There's people here from all different backgrounds, occupations, income levels, and interests, and there's just no way that would be true. But I will admit, there is a small portion of the population that are entitled, maybe think they're better than everybody else. And I think if you look hard enough, every town across America has those types of people, and I think you know what I'm talking about. But I think Naperville would not be as great of a highly rated city as it is if there weren't awesome people living here who actually care about the community, cared about each other, making it the best possible place to live. So at the end of the day, I think it comes back to who you choose to spend your time with and associate with, and whether that's the right person and the right type of people that you should be associating yourself and your family with. And last but certainly not least is come visit and see for yourself if living in Naperville is the correct fit for your lifestyle and your family. Come see all the family events, the holiday happenings, the downtown area, the nightlife, eat at the restaurants, explore the parks, and check out the schools. There's something going on each and every season throughout the year, and I cannot stress enough to do all this research up front so that you know exactly where you want to move to. And if you want to simplify this entire process, you can always give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. I've literally helped dozens of families relocate right here, and I pretty much have this down to a science. But until next time, I'll catch you guys later.